As a young girl, my grandmother would always sing, "You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray," to myself and my younger sister. As I grew up, so did my grandmother, and she began to develop Alzheimer's disease. My grandmother may not be able to remember my name now, but she has made such an important impact on my life, and I will hold her memory with me for the rest of mine. As a little girl, one of my most favorite memories were visiting my grandparents, because that meant making peanut butter cookies all day and playing outside until the sun set. My grandmother would never let me leave her house unless I had a full stomach and tons of memories to tell my parents. My grandmother was such an inspiration. She was also a teacher to many students and to many of our family members. My grandmother always made sure every moment was a teachable moment. One of my most favorite memories is my grandmother would read novels to me, such as Huckleberry Finn, and Little Women was always one of her favorites. At that time, I didn't realize what she was doing, but she was shaping my learning ability for the rest of my life. My grandmother always wanted to make sure I could spell, so she would test me all the time. That meant before I could get anything out of the fridge, I would have to spell it, such as tea or milk. At that time, I thought it was a fun game, but in reality, my grandma was trying to teach me. As time went on, my grandmother began to develop simple memory loss, such as where my house was, where was the grocery store located, and even my birthday. At such a young age, I was unaware of what was going on, but my grandmother still made sure to visit me often as she got sicker. I never caught her without a smile on her face. She was always singing or humming one of her favorite gospel tunes, and she would still hold me and rock me to sleep, singing "You Are My Sunshine." Today, I try to still visit my grandmother often, even though she doesn't remember me. I remember her and how important she has been to my entire life. My grandmother was not able to go with me to Grandparents' Day at elementary school. She wasn't able to see me walk across the graduation stage, but I know my grandmother is still proud of me. I talk to her all the time and hold her hand and tell her about how well I am doing in school and my future career plans as an attorney. She still smiles, and I know deep down inside she knows who I am. My grandmother is my motivation, my will, and the power to do well for the rest of my life. My grandmother is not just a grandmother. She's a motivator, a teacher, and will always be my forever friend.